Okay. Good morning, everybody. We gotta get rolling here. We are recording. We're gonna kick off this. Oh yeah, we should.
If you can hear my voice, clap once.
Oh, that was really good. That was really good, Samantha, for the win. Okay, and we are going to do attendance. You ready for attendance? We're going to go around and do attendance, but I just want to tell you online. Actually, Cody, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself so everyone knows that you're online.
Can everybody hear me? Appreciate you guys letting me tag along. Cody McKinney from the Grand County Road Department.
Cody, really glad to have you here. And thanks also for always helping us on our trails and pave stuff and helping us get our bikes around town. Just huge thank you. So, gracias.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate what you guys are doing.
And then, Emily, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, Emily, calling you from the San Rafael as well. Active Transportation Committee member.
Dr. Emily from the Swell.
Oh, I forgot.
We're so glad to have you. I just had to tell you, and I know that she'll introduce her, but we have the normal ragtag group of misfits here, but then also we have Stephen Schultz in person that we haven't seen forever, and then the most beautiful baby that's ever existed, Juniper. So that's what you're missing to see in person here. So,
man,
I know. Okay, I'll start, and then we'll go to Samantha. Brendan Cameron, Chair Chunks.
Samantha Derbyshire, Vice Chair.
Lucas Blake, Secretary. David Lover, Viking Rep. Dr. Adler, Grand County Commission. Evan Smiley, Grand County Active Transportation and Trails. Dave Wilson, the large member.
I had Olden for running and also 2% spots. Neil Herbert, member of Trail Mix and candidate for Grand County Commission.
Neil, we're so happy that you're here. Thank you.
Tim Shaw at large.
Anna Sprout, Stuart Hall. Evan Ludwitz, GCAC.
Steve Schultz, Equestrian.
In person, everybody. Come on. In person. Holy cow. We've missed you. We've missed you, Stephen. And honestly, and I'm going to say, everybody can attest to this. It just doesn't feel like a Trail Mix meeting when you're not here because you were here for so many years. So we are so happy to have you here in person.
Thank you.
Yep, everything's okay now. Okay.
Say like louder.
Nate Reisman, halfway interested, just up for the ride. Representing no one.
Ronnie Dressy, hiker, groupie of Steve Schultz.
Oh, that's so great.
Gary Nelson, the Bureau of Land Management.
And?
Juniper.
Oh, come on. That was perfect little kid. Thanks,
Say
David.
that one more time.
David Everett. CHA.
Sharon Kinsley, CNHA.
Everybody, I'm Warren Bell. I love visiting from Taos, New Mexico. I'm the director of the Enchanted Circle Trails Association.
Oh, cool.
Just starting a program this, and so I thought I was in town and stopped by and kind of see how you guys make the magic work.
We actually don't share our secrets with anyone, so you gotta. No, we're so happy to have you here.
Can you say your first name again?
Lauren, Loren.
Thank you.
It is the Enchanted Circle Trails Association.
That is a beautiful.
We're calling it Trail Salsa because it's New Mexico.
Ah.
Mixing things up. Mark Al, at large voting member.
I like your shirt, by the way, Mark. You were there for that.
Brad Walker, Park Manager, Utah Raptor.
You were also there for that, and then got a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Rain for that. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you all for being here. Did we miss anyone or anyone coming late? Zane? Zane, we're really happy you're here. We're happy you're here. Okay, awesome. I guess we'll start with the approval of minutes. I've sent them out several times, I think 3 times, so that you had a chance to take a look at them, and we didn't hear any corrections. I asked for it several times. So I'll open for a motion to approve the. Yeah.
Also, wonder what happened to those pickles in the minutes.
Colin still has the pickle somewhere. I'm not exactly sure when, but I bet you we're going to see him at a future meeting.
The same for the middle school mountain bikers.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He was not able to make it, unfortunately. So But yes, I bet you they'll show up at some point, I'm sure of it. So, all right. So Maddie makes a motion to approve last meeting's minutes. Can I have a second? Thanks, Dave. All right, everybody that is voting to approve last meeting minutes, that's voting members, say aye or raise your hand. Okay, any opposed? Anyone that doesn't want to vote? Great. All right, last meeting minutes passed. Thank you. Citizens to be heard. Is there anyone here? And we're all citizens. So is there anyone here that would like to share anything or ask questions or be part of this meeting at all? It's a citizen. Okay, pretty quiet. So I will say what I missed before we dig into the actual action items. I just want to recognize somebody that's tougher than all of us, I think, here. Actually, two somebodies, but our very own Jacques Hadler was at 12 Hours of Mesa Verde. This is their 20th year anniversary. And by some, I think it's a masochistic thing. There are people who want to do it. So if you don't know, it's a relay race. You do it with team members. Normal people like me do 2 laps in 12 hours. There's some people who really want to punish themselves and they get as many laps as they can in 12 hours. And it's not like a road. It's technical single track that you're doing for the entire 12 hours. And Jacques told me he was coming and he was going to win. And I did 2 hours and then took a really long nap and I was tired. Jacques did 7 laps and took first place in the solo mission. So let's give Jacques a round of applause. Incredible.
After he rode the Moab Rock.
Sorry. It's 12 Hours of Mesa Verde is in Cortez, Colorado, and it's Phil's World. That is there where we rode. So yeah. And we also had some locals day. We had some other locals that did the Moab Rocks that took some, at least Moab local related.
Connor Wilson at the age of 15.
He's not really local.
He's
Well,
related to locals.
he's related to locals, got 10th overall and first in his under 20 age division. So
And then
that's pretty cool.
also local Kirsten, last name, Bolt, did 6 laps solo mission. That she's one of those. Anyway, we have some incredible athletes. I still want to know what it is that's wrong with you all, but I'm really glad that we can represent. So great job, Jacques. Congrats on that. Okay, let's start with the funnest, the most funnest.
Cake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you want to announce that first?
We got cake today. Trust Fletcher cake.
Woo!
Which
And
I did
Samantha,
not cut prior,
Samantha
so
somehow
you'll
transported
have
it
to
via her cargo bike, so it's
This-
pretty impressive.
take some for yourself. It can go around again.
Trace Leches. Okay, yeah, let's start with the most fun. CNHA, do you all want to? Can we give you the meeting first? Let's do it. That's the funnest part of the meeting, I think. So go ahead, take it away. Oh yeah.
So we're still,
Oh, so we're still waiting on that.
Yeah.
Okay, just kidding.
yeah.
Great. Perfect. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're glad you're here. We should just like randomly throw out to random people what they don't know and just be like, hey, take it and run. Sorry. Okay. Well, we'll start with Stuart Moab. You want to chat about the last article? Thank you, by the way, for doing that to Moab Happenings. Can you tell everyone what you're doing really quick again? I know we announced it last month, but
About some pieces from Moab Parliament meeting notes, stuff that I remembered, and put it all together, and then we printed out the Moab Happenings, artifact we were going on. So it kind of creates this like big trails, what's happening in trails. So I think this time around it would be nice if you want that in the letter or the happenings, you say, I want this in the happening, and then I focus on it. So I pulled out what was maybe not like what is it called?
bike bus.
Bike bus, updates on e-bikes in the area and spring super stuff. And so anything that we talked about today, what is the topics you want me to put in there? I won't put everything because some things don't need to be in there. And then pictures. You just start sending it to my email. I'll throw it in there. They love pictures of what you're doing. So past trial work days, stuff like that. Really important. Okay, so what's happening.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that for us. We, if some of you remember, we were asking for a long time to have somebody do that. So thank you so much, Anna, for doing that. Okay. 19th. We maybe could include some pictures. I know we're going to talk about the Work Wednesday, but we had a great Work Wednesday. So maybe we can include pictures from that. Evan or Maddie or so. I don't remember who. Someone took it. Okay, great. Thank you for doing that. Okay, bike bus report out. Was anyone else on the bike? Oh yeah, Samantha was on the bike bus. Want to give a bike bus report out for Friday? Or actually explain what the bike bus is and then give a report out.
The bike bus is escorting children to school
On a bike.
on a bike from the bowling alley to HMK. And
We probably had 20-ish kids, I would say, so a little less than the previous week. But I think, especially as we have a few Fridays left in the school year, we're gonna just do it all the way until school lets out. And it was really fun. We had a lot more adults. 2 weeks ago, I was a little nervous because there's just so many kids, and there's like the bollards in the middle of the trail, and on the side of Mill Creek, kind of near Woody's, where they could just fall off into the, anyway. So I was a little nervous, but we had lots of adults help, and we got all the kids there safely, and it's growing. More and more kids are joining the bike bus every Friday, and it was really fun. I had a parent call me. They live right next to the elementary, but they bike together as a family to the bowling alley so they can be part of the bike bus, which I thought was pretty fun. So.
Do you guys have a spur that goes off to the charter school?
We go not too far from there. We haven't had any. We haven't had any charter school kids join us yet, but we certainly can.
Pete Basinger's working there, and they just have the bike through there with a bunch of tracks for demo things. So,
Cool.
Next time I'll see him, I'll mention maybe you guys can link up and like do
Certainly. Yeah.
add to the kids.
We the junior high and high school kids potentially want to join us, but I know they're meeting at different times. But we did have a junior high kid join and then just went early to his junior high. And so anyway, it's pretty fun. We're gonna keep doing it, and then obviously have a break for summer, and then we'll continue doing it next year. So it'll keep growing. Just a note on the discussion item too, if you have any, if you've completed the Utah Open Meetings training and discussion, if you are a voting member, I'd ask that you do that. The link is in all the agenda items. If you can complete that. By law, if we're a voting member, we need to be able to complete that. So, okay. And then I know I had you start, Anna, talking about the Moab happenings, but what does Stuart Moab have for us?
The trail pass is out hiking in OHV areas at a reduced capacity, but still keeping up their contact rates. I think this Saturday I talked to about 300 people.
Wow.
So lots of groups, lots of families. I think schools close to out, college kids are graduating, jumping in that area, of course. But a lot of conversation surrounding fruit salad. It's getting hotter. That's sorry.
You just got distracted by Trace Leche.
This Saturday, we're working with the Utah Office of Tourism. It's Adventure Safe Day. They're dedicating a whole day across national parks and Mill Creek, trying to encourage everyone to venture safe and consider preventative search and rescue. And so yeah, we're doing that. I took the e-bike information that you all created and I created a pamphlet that will start going into all of the bike shops and recreation businesses. But this is a draft. One side's upside down. I get it. I'm trying to pass this around to you. It's been through a lot of eyes, but it helps when it's on paper. So I'm going to send this around in both directions. So give it a look-see. They'll be printed a little bit differently in the future. If you have any high quality photos of an e-bike in Moab, please send them to me. The front page is like too green. There's no grass. It's like that. So send me a photo. I don't have a high quality e-bike photo on hand. So give that a look, see, come back to me near the end and let me know what you think. I've been working with GSAR, so Scott and GCAT and more on a lot of shuttle flyers. We have what to do in an emergency, what to know before you ride the whole enchilada, encouraging them to take photos, respect the lights, people are getting tickets, protect single track, back from beyond, messaging and podcasts, and then human waste as well. So getting us into all the shuttle companies. Samantha has already had something like this for years, and now we're asking every other shuttle company to do them and to encourage people to do them before they go.
By the way, great job. They look great. I'm excited to get this out there in front of everybody.
We also have planning pamphlets that I didn't bring a copy of, but we use this for our training. So if it's come to your friends of Indian Creek with possible other climbers, and just letting you know we have those in the event that somebody wants them for their business. It does include standard wet rock fracture tools, what's considered, and we hand it out to visitors. And then I just want to follow up on Fred and Fred's trailer. Zane has fixed it up and sold it and donated that money to Stewart Moab, and so we're going to hold on.
It's cool. I didn't know that was going on. That's great. Great job, Zane.
And we're gonna hold on to that money for the foreseeable future to come up with projects.
That's awesome. Cool. That makes me happy. This gave me the chills.
Not a sticker yet. I was asking around at a couple different designs. We've been branded. If you know a business owner and you want to help support the trails, we want to get these into local businesses to start selling as another revenue source. Moab Cycling has graciously purchased some chili pepper as well and CNA channels. So if you're interested, we want to get these out there and start building up the track. All passing around. And if you have any more questions about that, I have some extra information in here. Anything else? Any questions?
Yeah, what questions do you have for Anna? That was really great. Thank you. You are doing a lot. So this is exciting. It doesn't seem slowly to me. It seems great.
Actually, on that note, I spoke with someone who is on the Vail Trails Association. I can't remember their full
Vail
name,
Trails.
but she was saying that they have tried to create their own version of trail ambassadors over in the Vail area, inspired by.
Yeah, that makes me follow up. I've had multiple conversations with folks around the country. Recently, I did an American Trails webinar on the trail back to the trip. Specifically, it was called Speak, and folks contacted me. I'm talking to somebody that I've looked to. I'm just forgetting the name. Rocky Mountain Institute for Speaking for Complex Speak, which is kind of cool that they're looking to sign.
Awesome job. By the way, I just got to have a bite here. I'm really sorry, Emily and Cody, that you don't get to have some of this Trace Chase here. But let's give a round of applause to Samantha, who always picks it up with the incredible snacks. Holy cow, that was good. Wow.
There's more.
No, there's
All
not.
right, Brendan, you can have my piece.
Okay, I'm gonna have yours, Cody. I'll have a second or third. Okay, Work Wednesday report out. Yeah, I know, but you're hearing from me a lot.
Yeah, we had trail work Wednesday at Navajo Rocks on Rocky Tops. You can picture that trail, single track for a little while, and then it hops on some old double track. And double track was hasn't been active in a long time. and we decided that it was going to be important to decommission it and turn it into a truly single track. Part of the understanding there is like Navajo Rocks is sometimes people's like first or second opportunity to ride in Moab. And when you're riding on double track, kind of zigzagging between like this really big trail, and kind of we want to get people in the mindset of just like stay on the trail and keeping it single. So we just had a few folks, I think 4 total, so not a huge amount, but it was pretty far away in the afternoon, so understandable. But we got a bunch done, brought in a bunch of logs and decommissioned probably like most of a mile of double track. So now it's like pretty sweet single track for that section. Yeah, great success.
Yeah, I mentioned to Evan, I think probably the further we get away from kind of Moab, we might have shorter, especially as we were meeting earlier. I was a little bit late, but we did get a lot done for only having, you had your whole crew plus the 4 of us. We got some stuff done. So that was really good. Which leads me to next piece, which is June's Work Wednesday. So I know it'll be warm, but Maddie, yep. Okay, Mark.
I'm busy stickering my wall.
I don't even know who is who and who's doing what, but the idea came about that potentially especially because we need to do one closer to town, that we could help an anonymous park next June 3rd. Is that what it is? Yes, June 3rd. That Work Wednesday could potentially be anonymous park work. Do you want to speak to that at all, or what you think we would be doing?
Yeah, if it's everyone's on board with it, we have some benches that we could install, and have 2 kiosks welded up that need to get bedded in the ground. And I have a Canadian wall basket that could be filled. I could get some rocks on site. I could do the tasks. So bench installation, which means footings, concrete footings in the ground. The kiosk and Canadian wall as well, potential projects.
Cool. What do y'all think about that? Doing Work Wednesday just right here at Anonymous Park? Anyone have anywhere else you'd rather be?
One of the benches and kiosks is going pedestrian access area too, so it's not just like there's some hiking and pedestrian element.
Okay. Everyone good with doing that? I'm not seeing anyone looking too upset about that. Okay. So let's plan, please put in your calendars, and it's here in town, so hopefully more folks can join. June 3rd. It'll be a little warm, so bring lots of water. And we are meeting what time? 5 to 7? Yeah. Okay. 5 to 7, Anonymous Park. Is there enough? Where would you rather this park like here, or what does it look like if we have a big group?
Jen Sadaf has given us permission to park in the hospital parking lot
Cool.
after hours begins. And there should be pretty good amount of space. Is that the Wednesday? Volleyball are still at the parking lot Tuesdays.
Okay. So Wednesday, plan on it. Put on your calendars,
Right,
please.
right.
That's super awesome. Katie, are we ready for any awards? Or are we still waiting? Okay. We can wait. We can go through the member reports.
Okay. Well, the Foundation for American Public Land really wanted the time to come to the public meeting and present 2 awards for school poets owned. And I really don't know where they are. They're coming over from Grand Junction, so I don't know if they're still on its way. The Public Lands Foundation is and I don't think there's is a BLM or like a group that is interested in all things BLM. And and I can't even remember. And the reason Jennifer is here to do this is that Jennifer had an equestrian accident and is currently at the doctor's office in Grand Junction. So she's very sorry she missed it, and she knows she's the nominator for your CNHA's award, so of course she knows what's in it, but because we thought the presenters would be here. So I can't remember the exact name of your award, CNHA, but you are going to be getting a plaque from the Public Lands Foundation for probably something like operating association here or something like that. And I would like to say publicly that, the support CNHA has given the BLM over the years. It's just amazing. It's astounding. We could not do what we do out there without it. They provide so much, forward-facing visitor services, material, and, you know, kiosks and signs and materials for trail work, and it's these guys you have. So I would like to recognize CNHA as a fabulous partner for BLM, and if the people that really have to present the plaque, then we'll have the plaque. But you guys don't have to stay. If you come on, we get it. So, and everyone knows Sharon's the manager of the bookstores, and David, are you?
I'm on the board.
Yeah. So, so CNHA's work in Moab, both with the BLM Park and tours, it's really, they really sort of, they don't put themselves forward as much. A lot of what you see all around is thanks to these guys for support. So I'd like to.
Yeah, let's recognize. Thanks so much. Oh. So
Landscape Stewardship Award is presented to the Township Fishery Association for invaluable contributions to the stewardship of America. And David and I are here we're here to accept the award. But and just acknowledge the working relationship that we have had for many, many years with the Bureau of Land Management in the area. And it's an amazing work relationship, and we love being able to help them in any way we can.
Sharon, Dave, Sharon, Dave, we get to do a lot of things that we get to do and enjoy because of you all. So let's give them another round of applause and tell them thank you all. Thank you. It's huge for us. So you did a better job, you know, presenting it to yourself than we would have. So.
And Jennifer sends the best and really wishes she were here. So, like I said, those guys will get good data for longer, but we'll be sure that you get your plaque first. Okay.
And that's Steven's plaque, right? It's Steven's. So Steven got that plaque. I know that we talked about it several meetings ago, but do you want to just refresh that real quick?
Yeah, so Steve Schultz, was nominated actually by, Rob Sweeten in our state office. He is the Old Family Trail lead, and he contacted me, and I helped Steven. And so, Steven's taken a big interest in the Old Family Trail, but the nomination for Steven from the BLM to the Public Lands Foundation. The Public Lands Foundation awarded Steven the Landscape Stewardship Award for, you know, a person, not an organization, and for his invaluable contributions to the stewardship of America's public landscapes. And I think any of you at Trail Mix know how involved that Steven has been in making sure that our equestrian friends are represented in the non-motorized community here in Moab. And, you know, I think you said to me once, Steven, and I never forgot it, we're not a large user group, but we are a user group that, you know, contemplates I'm just trying to accommodate some equestrian focus areas, some areas that are centered around America's first recreationist goes on board. That's after all they pursue everybody else, right? So I'll give it back to you, Steven. But I wanted to say
Congratulations in person, Steven.
Well, I would like a photo of these two.
they can hold Steven.
That's true. Just hold the back of it. We'll just pretend like, you know.
We can go. I mean, you're not going to read it.
Yeah, you can hold Steven.
Hey, photo up. Who's taking it?
I don't have the gun over there.
You're taking it into the sun.
Well,
You might need to flip if that picture gets all. Maybe the cameras will figure it out.
he's gonna wonder. Do you want to take 2 steps back and do it in the? Yeah, there you go.
Or the other way around.
You know, 1, 2, 3.
Katie's gonna check real quick and make sure they're not just hanging out inside the building, but
I know the meeting runs on, I was gonna say a couple words. As you guys know, it's a partnership. The only way we can get this done is from
oh, this is great. Go ahead, Steve.
But none of this could ever happen without the cooperation of the BLM. We have a lot of chapters of the backcountry horsemen all over the country who come up against the brick wall, or they go to the National Forest Service, the BLM, and try to get work done in the area. And the BLM and the National Forest has been just open arms. They've been unbelievable in these projects. However, they're practical, where their brain, they always accommodate working like us. Katie used to work for Jennifer Jones and Rob Sweetley in our multitude of projects on the old Standard Trail has been extremely rewarding because of their cooperation and the cooperation.
Steve, great job. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well, I'm going to turn the time over to Bill Lamb, who has another award to chat about. Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Should we wait then?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay with that? Sorry. Sorry. All right. Well, that's okay. We're glad that you're here. All right. We will go to, while we're waiting on folks, let's just move down the line here. And I'll read you real quick. Brian Marexo, Forest Service report out. He was not able to be here, but he said the trail crew has started clearing trails. Geyser Pass, and then also Geyser Pass Road is closed until May 20th. So it'll be coming very soon here. Brad, you want to give us a state park? Oh, sorry.
This isn't an update from the Forest Service. I actually wanted to ask about this, but there is gravel on the road that hasn't been sealed. All the machinery was going down the mountain yesterday, so I'm not sure what their plan is. But from Horse Creek to the top of Warner Lake Road through there, I think they've started chip sealing, and then who knows?
I was just there, and there's now someone who's pushing the excess gravel off the road.
Okay,
So,
that's an update from yesterday.
yeah,
So,
it was, I went on it last night.
okay. We want anyone like road bikers to come into it blind.
Okay, Brad.
We have been at capacity since February 15th. So
That's huge.
Yeah.
It's really huge.
It's only going to get busier as time goes on. I had the pleasure of meeting with Kelton for a half day. Him and I spent a half day out on the Sovereign Trails, essentially just putting together work projects for the state crew as well. And then we are hoping to potentially piggyback off of the training that's going to happen out there on the 20th, I think, for some rock work. It's not trail related, but Ben and I officially graduated and we're now water treatment plant operators.
Whoa, congrats. Wow.
That was a lot more chemistry and math than, but we did it. Utah Raptor is going to be kicking off Astrofest this year. So it's going to be June 4th, 5th, and 6th. I don't have it in front of me, but it'll be Thursday at Utah Raptor. And so definitely come out and enjoy the night sky with us. It's going to be a collection. So we'll have MPS there, Dead Horse will be there, Green River folks will be there, we'll be there. So we'll have lots of telescopes. We'll keep the visitor center open later.
Cool. Did you give a time on that?
So like on the posters, I think it starts at 9:30.
Okay.
It goes from like 9:30 to 11:30.
Since you brought it up, 6 o'clock that night on the 4th, there will be a lecture at the Moab Information Center with one of the park rangers from Island.
It's Rhodes, I believe, will be the so,
That's awesome.
So before you go out to Utah Raptor, you come to the neck.
Cool.
and on the 27th, we have Mongolian delegates that will be visiting us. They reached out to Utah. I actually thought this was a spam. Usually I'm used to more Nigerian princes reaching out to me. But they are in the process of starting to set land aside and build parks in Mongolia.
Cool.
We're apparently, I don't know how they got a hold of Utah, but we are Utah State Parks and National Parks. So they're going to start Antelope Island, come to us, go to Arches, go to Dead Horse.
Is the landscape similar?
Yeah, landscape, and there's a lot of dino overlap as well.
Okay.
And we just built a brand new park.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
the DLM last year. We toured them down their
Yeah.
road. So they're trying to, they can sort of feel the,
that's who contacted me.
yeah, contact with them, and they're starting from the ground floor, like you say, sort of trying to build their parks.
And so it's like every park they're talking about a different, like at Utah, we're going to talk about like, well, how did you build a new park, and what does law enforcement look like? What does feed collection look like? So it'll be fun. I've not done anything quite like that, so look forward to it.
Mongolia.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get an exchange
Cool.
program. So if you can just go,
I would like to be part of that, please. That's great. Awesome. Thank you. GCAT.
I guess, and if you want to start off with the
Sure. Let's see. The crew is wrapping up Navajo Rocks. You've been ridden it recently. It's probably 7% less bumpy. Kind of the nature of it, but yeah, we're cruising through that area. It's coming out pretty good. Next up for the rest of the season, we're going to do some signage, and then we've got to get unbearably hot. We're going to heat. It's more high elevated trails. And we have our little break during June, and then we're into our summer season. We're working with the Forest Service and just touching all the front side trails.
When are you actually like, up in the mountains? When do you guys go up there? In July. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Katie sent an email for our little request. You guys remember maybe a few months ago some proposals about the Massivac single track, kind of like by pothole arch trail that got approved, as well as the directionality of some of the wraparound trails. So we're going to be implementing those. Let's see. Ooh, fun development. Pivot Cycles is loaning our trail crew, our staff, e-bikes for just a month. But that's going to be enough for us to really understand like what their capability is and like what we're going to have to do to adjust our building techniques for what those bikes are actually capable of. And yeah, so pretty sweet that we get to pick those up.
Does all the trail crew get to ride those for a month? Are they going to be able? Are they going to get anything back?
We'll see.
Okay, that's exciting. Yeah, I guess so.
And then let's see, Mud Springs, we'll be building that in the fall, of course, but Mud Springs Phase 2 is being designed right now. So we have some professionals, Dirt Tech, who built Phase 1. Phase 1 is out there designing some downhill trails for Phase 2. So the ball is rolling.
Hooray!
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rusty Spur extension went in. There'll be a bunch more trails out there, but it's a pretty sweet little addition to go out to Rams to get another easy way to get out to Rusty Spur. What they friendly trails. Mountain Climb is this fall after Mud Springs, so we got a very build heavy fall.
Yeah, it is.
Get ready. Take a nice chill summer because we're going to be having a lot of volunteer days.
So no building though is happening until August, September, mid-September for Mud Springs, and then Falcon Climb, and then Brands. Yeah, great. Well, we're really excited. Thank you, Maddie. Anything else that you want to add?
Well, I think you added for navigating all the county tourist
Way to go.
It would not have happened. And then I guess just for Mud Springs, that's an exciting thing. There is like a 500-foot section that will be building in August. So currently we're exploring getting a contractor to help with that, but there might also be an opportunity where we'll bring in volunteers to help them build short sections that have to be built in August. It's challenging, but we're thinking if needed, maybe we can do like a night event or 5 a.m.
Early mornings.
Early morning, you know, donuts, coffee. So anyway, just yes, as Evan said, we'll definitely be asking for volunteer help this fall, keep on track, and then we might have the August edition where we can have the mountains build this slow stretch. Let's see, there's a lot of activity for the paved paths right now. So there's of course the River Road construction to fill the gap. We've got some feedback about maybe ways to improve active transportation in that area during construction. And then after they had scouted, we'll fit with the powers that be for that. Spanish Valley Drive pathway is also there's been a few moments of progress with that. So right now the county commission authorized the beginning of negotiations for right-of-way acquisition. So that's not very exciting, but basically that just means that there's been a long process for figuring out like the areas where it overlaps with private property, and that's moving forward. And so potentially construction could begin next year if that all goes according to the expected timeline. We also met with Brad and then also with National Park folks. We went out to Arches last week and did a site visit on Willow Springs Road. Arches has an initiative to improve bicycle access specifically into the park. And so they're starting to explore different options for how to do that. So we looked at Willow Springs and put some ideas for that, but with some other focused areas and maybe there's users out there. And then the city here.
Pat just got here.
Great. And then for the motorized side, so unfortunately, Kelton is leaving us. He's going to move back to
What? Kelton.
closer to family.
wondered.
So we're not surprised. It looks like a year ago this might happen. So we're sad. Kelton's been great, but we're also we just flew the position on Friday for the OHD trail coordinator position. So sort of similar to what Evan does on the motorized side, and then partnering with the state trail crew as kind of the so that position is now open. If you know anyone who's kind of a motorized enthusiast who's interested in trail work and planning and coordination, please encourage them to apply.
I will.
And then finally, we are also getting our TrackX counters up and running, which, well, I'm very excited about. This is just a way to like expand our knowledge of trails and user patterns year to year, who's using it, how they're using it. We're hoping to get a few more on the wrap around. And then we also we applied to 2 grants in spring. We applied to the grant, the Recreational Trail Program Grant, and the MRTG, the Motorized Recreational Trail Program Grant. We heard back from one of them so far, and they awarded us $76,000 just for materials for the motorized trails. So again, that's going to support this initiative with Elton / the new OHD coordinator at the state group.
Cool.
So we have a coordinator, we have people, and we have materials.
Awesome. Awesome job on that. Getting that grant. That's really huge. Cool. Okay. So if you know anyone, get good motorized person for that position, that would be great. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Are folks, is everyone here? No? Okay. So we'd like to turn the time over to Bill Lamb. Is that right? Bill Lamb. Okay. The floor is yours.
Table, thank you.
Who's receiving the award here?
Raise your hands if you're receiving an award.
Is Stephen here?
Stephen is here.
Oh, right there. Oh, good. Okay. Well, in honor of the Public Land Foundation, it's a real privilege for me to be able to present this award. You go by Steve or Stephen? Stephen. Stephen, okay. Let me just give you a quick indication of what Stephen has done, and then he's got a whole bunch of things too, but it says
Stephen has demonstrated an unwavering commitment of time and effort toward BLM landscape programs, particularly as an invaluable partner, advocate for the Old Spanish National Historic Trail. For more than a decade, he has taken a leading role in improving equestrian opportunities in BLM Canyon Country District and has proven countless hours each year toward planning and constructing equestrian trails, corrals, and kiosks. He's been a very busy fellow. With all of that, there's more that you have here that you've actually done. And we're just proud to give you this award to let you know that it's very much appreciated what you've been doing for the public.
Good job, Stephen.
Lots of fun, just gotta pick one.
You gotta pick one.
Could you hold that one up?
This one?
Yeah, take
Good, thanks.
it. She's gonna take a couple too. Yes, okay. Still put it in a space for you.
Get it on. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate the work.
Yeah, great job.
You're it. It's great to be here. You know, it's just something in the new BLM compared to when Bill and I started working back in whatever year that was.
I don't know.
Bill ended up as the state director in Utah and he retired, it must have been about years ago. Yeah, years ago. But it's just great to come over here. My wife, Maggie Wyatt, who used to be the manager here in Moab, we came over from Grand Junction this morning. Bill couldn't wait to get down here from Salt Lake. And we're just happy to be here and recognize organizations that make BLM what it is today and able to do a job that we think is infinitely more difficult than it was when we were managers in agency. You got more complications, more politics, more craziness, more divisiveness, but you all make it work. Organizations like this one that's going to receive the Public Land Foundation's award for landscape stewardship, I think are essential to BLM. Without organizations like yours and other similar ones, they wouldn't get half on what they have gotten done so far. So I'm just real happy and proud I'm part of the Public Land Foundation to present this award. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because you got better things to do than listen to this, but you'll all get a chance to read it at some time. But I just want to say that CNHA demonstrates exceptional efforts to assist the BLM Canyon Country District, Moab, Monticello field offices, and the interagency Henry Mountain Field Station to manage world-class scenery and recreation destinations and opportunities. For over 3 decades, through the distribution and sales of interpretive materials, CNHA has provided financial aid and valuable assistance to the BLM. This partnership and aid facilitate unique and creative solutions that include coordinating with local communities and providing outreach and education to increase awareness of public lands. Public Lands Foundation is pleased to present the Canyonlands Natural History Association with this 2025 Landscape Stewardship Award and this citation for invaluable contributions to the stewardship of America's public lands.
There you go, David. Yay.
You think those maybe things from Henry should be from this, so you always say that.
You don't get one of those swing pictures.
Okay, now it's official. Now it's official. We can give it an applause. Thank you all. So glad to have you all here. Anything else you want to share with us? Okay.
Just keep doing what you guys are doing.
Right.
You make BLM look good.
Look, BLM makes it look good. Speaking of the BLM, Katie, what do you have to share?
Bypass trail up on Amspec, signed, sealed, and delivered. So maybe 200. I don't know if bill's the right word, but to mark, maybe it's. But if that can get in before fall, that's still ready. Oh, okay. Well, that's. And I'm glad to say that the bar end trail additions are, that's good. So that adds easy trails, and that adds some variety to the available trails. And happy to talk about the other topic. First up, I will mention, since Steven's here, our park ranger Andy Boone has kind of been assigned to helping Pete Kaufman, who's a trailmix volunteer, I guess, under the machine, and they're trying to get the equestrian trails out and create a bit better mark. I mean, I think local equestrians know fully where they're going, but imagine a horse from Kansas, straight landscape, and people like a little bit of reassurance that they are because they want to get there. So, thanks to Mark and a good Mark Ranger, I think we're going to see that through. So, any other questions, topics?
We had just one. The NICA folks came down to ride both Bar M and Mud Springs, and we're excited about that. I know that this has been a topic and it's been brought up before, but I just wanted to bring it up to all of you again, and maybe if you have any ideas. They would like to do more races in Moab, and they'd like to be in the Bar M area. The sticking point, I guess, is just parking. So we want to see if what the discussion had been in increasing some of the parking area or staging area at Bar M. Mm-hmm.
It isn't large enough to both of those together. Private parking.
Yeah, it's been difficult, I guess, for them to figure out the private parking, and so and so I just didn't know what the discussions had been, or if they'd had any BLM discussions at improving or increasing it or working on staging there.
Not that I know, I don't think it's large enough for out of us, right? So this is private.
I know they do. They know they do a lot of other events out there. I'm obviously most familiar with Outer Bike, but we always run into parking that's filled up. But they asked us to bring it up during it.
But it was too small for the double event they did there.
What about also? What about also using the other side of the highway and either having a shoulder
Sunday they filled
or there's a bike path there?
But Sunday they had both mountain bike event and a travel event. So they were at hour each other and finishing at the same time. So the parking lot was full. The turn at the bike path, it had 5-6 cars, and then the sit line portion, it was full.
And I know as far as Trans Rockies goes, I know that there was discussion of you know, the Long Basic group sites could be rented and they're at parking in the world. I believe they were gonna do that for the gravel portion of their race, but they didn't get on the sticks soon enough, so something happened. So hopefully next year they can secure that for part. For the month.
Hopefully they separate the events.
Yes, and so.
It doesn't sound like that's gonna happen.
Pardon?
One of the Trans Rockies race coordinators was in a shuttle with me that right after the event, and sounds like they might continue this model going forward.
That's what I heard from them too. I think it's
Yeah.
committed to.
But maybe 2 event staging at the same garden park, just 1, 2. So maybe we need to find 7 staging.
But I think with the NICA, I have heard also, same as Brendan, that, the crux is the parking and that it hasn't been working out as well with renting Balsams land across the way, just the dynamics, the way the race runs, getting people across the highway and to the, to the venue. And the parking lot at the park to be increased by some percentage. That would be extremely beneficial to the way that they run there.
You know where the state line boundary comes?
I'd have to look. Lucas, did you see?
You know, I mean, we've got the state, I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done, but things to consider.
Yeah.
How far could you go? Where's the state line boundary?
Yeah.
There's the right of ways for pipelines, which obviously exist. with current
Yeah, there's a lot of
pipelines.
different landowners.
I don't know if Trailmix wants, or somebody wants to make a proposal.
I know that Ike is adding 6th grade to the mix this year, from what I've been told.
Not this year.
It's not this year?
No, it may be next year, still in consideration and stuff.
Okay. Well, the other consideration is to just limit the grade levels that come down here for races.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the 4th race of the year. It's the first 3 are everybody. That would be a bummer for our kids who are junior, our middle school kids would be participating in the race.
It was just,
Shoveling the possibility.
it's logistically just because there's so many people, it's pretty hard to do. And talking to them, it's
Running races, shovels.
yeah. Yeah. I just thought it was pretty cool. Essentially, they just said Moab is the conversation I had is, even though other places, I think they were talking about Bentonville, pay to say it's the mountain bike capital of the world. We know that Moab is the true mountain bike capital of the world, and we would love to have, you name it, races there. We would just need to have staging to be able to figure it out and make it happen, which I thought was so cool. It'd be so great to have everyone in the state come to Moab, and I would imagine the Grand County is really big on the economic value of it. If we could sell that as part of this, I think it would be really helpful. As much as I don't want to see another parking lot, it would be really cool by figuring out a way to expand, to open up the access, to have more NICA races. It's just so fun to go to those races and to see the kids. It would
Could
be cool.
they expand the parking lot to the north?
Well, I think it'd have to be. Park, and that's where I'm wondering.
Okay.
Or potentially in that area with the where the truck riding parking was traditionally, that smaller lot.
That is unstable.
It is unstable.
Yeah, but maybe, and I don't know, is that land under lease now? I mean, maybe now before it gets under lease, bring the state into it. Maybe they're interested.
Maddie?
Okay, I remember for the regional races, the acreage for parking needed was like 24. Do you know what it is just for the? I think it's 10. 10 acres, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the current, just so everyone, the current parking lot at the Brands and the 3 acres. Yeah. That's all.
Do you?
Yeah, just for pit zones at regions are 3 to 4 acres, just pit zone where everybody's trailers and tents go, so. So the whole parking area is just pit zone at NICA races and then not even parking.
Lucas, where is the boundary? Like, is it just north of that Sitla? Have you looked at
It's
that?
a skinny strip, so it goes almost, it's like along the highway out like 660 feet, and then it goes north from there. So like that existing parking, and then, which at the last night time they had like a race, they did use like the Sitla parking was for like the coaches parking area, and then everybody else had to park across at Walsley's. So I don't know. I think Sitla is a good option if they, but yeah, it'd
What
be a
time
big
of
area.
day
Mo-
are
most races, they just park in grassy areas. Like that's why Mud Springs was so good, 'cause you don't have to get rid of sagebrush, but it's just all grass. But out there, they probably have to clear a bunch of sagebrush. But they're just like kind of temporary parking areas in most places for Sitla races. They're not real improved parking lots. They're just parking on dirt for that weekend or whatever. Yeah.
Is there enough
Yep.
that will land out there that is flat enough for just informal parking weekend? The thing about building a big parking lot, I mean, with gravel and everything, you're talking a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Those 3 weekends. So maybe we need to think somewhere they could park informal sort of.
Yeah.
But people will start thinking about it. I'm not saying we're averse to it, actually.
Yeah, keep an open mind, because I mean, there's towns around the state that are building specific venues just for like that. That's all.
Yeah, I know, Cedar City, like us, that's right.
Mud Springs.
You've got nothing bigger and exciting in the world right now over Utah Nika other than maybe European cycle bus racing. There really is nothing that draws that many people.
Quick comment on Mud Springs.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wonderful venue. And the only thing that concerns me, of course, is the access off Highway 151. It's just, we drive that all the time. And we know campers, so you're following semis uphill, you see the hill in front of you. And find it through a passing lane. Everybody jumps into the passing lane to zoom around the semi. And that's when people come to a dead stop, trying to turn. Like Springs.
Yeah.
So I think they're talking about designing your.
Yeah, better news.
Okay, let's hear it.
That, UDOT with the county, right, John? Although it's the San Juan County. Both are going to put a turn lane in the, they call it factory. And it's going.
Oh, great. So it's a done deal. They're going to do that.
Yeah, so there won't be a gate. There won't be
Oh, cool. Great. That's good news. Jacques, did anything else? Sorry, and just going back to since you're the current NICA coach, congratulations. But anything else about that you want to mention about potential Bar M? I mean, it sounded like they would have. I mean, Katie, you mentioned would we do it just for 3 races? Essentially, they said we are looking for. We could put 10. We could do more events out there and bring high schools from all over Utah to there. So any other thoughts on that?
It covers it pretty much, but it does sound like the crux of the situation is
Parking staging. Okay.
Go out with their round to see where the best flat spots are. I know there are some. You know, at one time they had enough. Yeah, date on that. But, you know, maybe there's something, and I'm not saying that we won't entertain, just taking the current parking lot. But that would be multiplied by 3 times. I don't think that would, 24 acres from, you said.
it was well, for the regional ones they're looking for 10.
10.
Yeah, the state level race is 20.
Okay,
That's probably a little
but
bit.
that's still making it 3 times big. A, I think you'd run out of people on lap B. So if Dramix wants to take this on to at least investigate. And I would hope we wouldn't be taking thunder away from Mud Springs, John, right?
Right. I mean, I think they would
In addition,
do multiple venues.
Okay.
There's 6 regions, so the potential to do events down here is pretty high. And everyone wants to come here. They had a survey among coaches of where they wanted to race by far first.
And then the prize parking lot is across the street. What is the impediment to using?
I think that the property owners are pretty difficult, or just don't want to deal with it, even when it comes to money sometimes. So sounds like it's been pretty difficult. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. We'll it sounds like we can chat more about that. All right, everybody, stretch really quick. We made it an hour. Way to go. We got a few more people too, but everyone stretch real quick. And while we stretch, let's see, I've got no updates for NPS.
We can use this. We can
Oh,
use
trash.
this. And that is it-
Oh,
I
there's
don't
that
think
box. There's an empty box right there, Mark, that I just put up there.
So,
with,
sorry.
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, June 4th through the 7th, my entire campground is rented to. And I can.
Oh, cool. That was smart of them to do that.
Well, he called me to see if it was a thing, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'll make it a thing.
Yeah, cool.
It's like none of my kids get to ride down here that much.
Yeah, I guess we'll start early mornings, right early mornings.
With more and more places to bike popping up, people have more options of places to go, and I think that while Moab is still getting people, we might be losing some relevance.
We might be what?
Losing some relevance.
I agree with you.
And NICA, I think, would be great to kind of reignite that.
We should chat.
Yeah.
We should chat. It's Sparkly Forks. I know, that's
Yeah.
Samantha. That's a Samantha.
Yeah.
Come eat another piece. Good to
It's,
see you, Faith, by the way. Are you good? Hey, what is the rule on wet rocks? I was going to ask that earlier. Like, how long do you normally need to wait for wet
It
rocks?
depends how much rain there is.
Okay.
If it's like, if it rains for like a little bit during the
Well, there's
day
still
and
some
it's windy and sunny, then like you could probably find the next day. Kind of the general way to like figure it out is if like it's wet and brown and sand is still wet, the rock is wet.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray
Thank you so
area.
much.
I mean, I've seen
What
people
can't you do,
climbing the
Mark,
whole
you know?
street while it's raining, so.
Well,
What can he do? All right, let's get rolling here because we got a few more people to go with. The next group to report out is Jacques with Grand County. Okay, Jacques, let's hear it. What do you got for us?
More or less, I mean, honestly, been way more involved than nice stuff. But they did. You guys probably saw the Arches study came out. That's kind of like make of it what you will. I don't think there's any. Playing right. Of course, the number. It's spin it any way you want. Like it's 70 things. Then it was awesome to be asked out to the governor's groundbreaking for the gap closure. That was really cool. They called me the day before and asked if I could bring some of the team out, so we got to stand with the governor and meet him. So that was pretty classy of them to involve us. And yeah, it's good. Yeah, but it was cool. It was a cool event, and yeah. It's gonna be awesome to have that gap closed. I mean, here's like, oh, 20, 15. Yeah. Also, it's cool to be involved in those events, the Trans Rockies events that we talked about too. I participated in and then helped out with the aid stations on those. Those guys run a pretty good event. I was impressed with what they did. It was really cool to have that many people in Moab and ride with 500 roadies down 128. And then last, I think Patty or Anna mentioned that the Spanish Valley Drive is moving. That the funding that was approved, it looks. I mean, I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to start actually physically working on it.
When?
This hopefully this fall or next spring.
This is like the boat ramp.
It's the accident. The boat ramp's also like.
I know. That's what I've heard.
I don't want to jinx it, but I feel pretty confident that it's definitely moving in the right direction. Acquisition, that's always a tough one. There's
Yeah,
so many.
I saw that.
So many to hear. But there's a strong appetite with everybody. We all recognize that it's going to be beneficial to the whole southern part of the county.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll keep that momentum going.
Cool. So Pearl, my daughter Pearl is part of the bike bus, and she asked 2 weeks ago, why can't we just ride this from our house? And I said, we should be able to do it. We're working on it. We hope so. So, oh, shock. I do. I live right on the border there. Yeah. Thank you for on that. Great. Any questions for Jacques or for the county? Okay. Patrick, what do you got for us?
That's just the ongoing wayfinding signage project. We've got some pretty much finalized design. Now we're talking about what goes on with signs. Luton, Anna, Stewart, Moab, do that project as it pertains to education. And that, so she's kind of in the loop. We can give some of her expertise. But we've got a budget for like, I think phase one's like 25 signs. So we're in the process of identifying priority locations for those. And I know I'd love to hear from this group. I know I've taken pretty good notes on, and we already know some priority locations. A big one being the rock shop there, the turn across 191. But if you have any others, email me that that are really important to you or that we talked about. I think we have a pretty good list. And then this isn't really trail specific, but the boat ramp project, the city has a component. We wrote a grant for a feasibility study to do a non-motorized pedestrian access off Lions Park and a beach. And so that's going to tie into the city project or the county project for the boat ramp. So we're working on that. It will be off of the existing trail of Lions Park, and we'll drop you down to the pedestrian beach. So we're going to take that. But it's, at this point, it's just a feasibility study. The RFP is out.
Cool. Any questions for Pat or the city? Emily listed. Are you still with us, Emily? In this well, Emily listed or the staircase. Sorry.
Yeah.
You listed.
I'm here.
Any areas that specifically, I know you had maybe mentioned it, that Patrick can bring back to the group. Any other sketchy areas that we want to make sure we're covering for safety?
I think all of them were hit on the comment map pretty heavily.
Okay.
As long as we're
Okay,
consistent
cool.
with that.
Excellent. Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks, Patrick. Scott, I saw you sneak in. Did you add him to the attendance, by the way?
did.
It was sneaky. Okay, good work.
Oh, we got all the
What-
sneaky folk.
Let's hear about what's going on with search and rescue.
Well, just this morning I was a little late getting here because we were finalizing getting our brand new OHVs loaded up on a trailer, so they'll be good to roll out. And that was from the OHVR grant that was from last year, basically. So it takes that long to get these things online. We're basically right on par from last year with our call volume. I would give a thanks to Anna at Stewart Moab for the hard work on some of the PSAR messaging for the whole enchilada, and then also she did a great job on the flyer for the traffic control light on 128. The county leaders had received a lot of complaints of people coming off the, I would assume, Porcupine Rim and blowing through there. And so it sounds like that is not happening as much already. So hopefully that works. I've been kind of like doing a deeper dive into numbers, and we can twist numbers in a lot of different ways. And kind of looking back, so interesting last year as we look at 2025's numbers, the largest call volume by just a few was the OHV community, which is normally the hiking group would take that place. For whatever reason, it didn't last year. And then we started looking, and I was like, well, how else can we look at this? And so we started dividing up into hours worked, because some calls are pretty quick. You have a left-hand call, and that's just a couple of hours. But if you end up needing to go all the way to where we seem to always go on Porcupine Rim. It's many hours. I don't know why people always seem to drop, crash or whatever, where the 2-track meets the single track there, kind of at the ledges or the diving board area, but it's sure that way. And if we look back, I noticed that since 2014, it was the mountain biking community that has garnered the most hours of work, but only by like just a fraction. You know, it's really split between the hiking community, the motorized community, and the mountain biking community, about 30% in each category. And it's just a few calls here or there, I think, that really define it. So it's not like it's not like we have one kind of dynamic that's really, I think, sucking up our resources or things like that. I did get this was an interesting one. Falcon Flow, a one-wheel rescue. I didn't know that was really a thing, because I was like, well, because the big thing now is we're tracking e-bikes versus mountain bikes in addition to, all this stuff. And I was at sea and I was like, well, was that an e-bike or a mountain bike? And they're like, it was a one wheel. So I don't know.
Like the skateboard style one wheel, or is it the unicycle guy that flies around? Huh.
You got me, right? So
I don't think that's class 1.
One thing that we're, we've got these brand new OHVs and we've had this system. It's worked great for mountain bikes for many years. And something we're noticing that we're going to have a challenge with, and that is the e-bikes. And, when we go out and pick up a mountain biker and they're hurt, we put them in the OHV and then we stick their mountain bike up on top of this bike rack. And for those that have never lifted a e-bike, it's hard to lift up that high, and we've got people up on top of an OHV trying to pick it up while someone's doing this, and so we're definitely wondering, we haven't come up with a solution yet. So if you got ideas, love to hear them.
Have you had many e-bike falls?
I think I was looking back, I think we've had 3 this year. There's nothing against e-bikes. It's just that this is, we don't lift motorcycles and put them on a OHV. Yeah. We leave those there. And we do a lot of motorcycle calls this year. I think it's probably been almost our biggest call volume. It's the off-road motorcycle, single track riders. Yeah, man.
Stuart Moab paid e-bike recovery service. So I can go out there. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. E-bike recovery.
For motorized community, we do give the Spill Kit has a recovery service numbers. You could give them a card for the recovery service numbers.
Fair enough. Well, this is one thing we'll figure it out. We'll work through it. But right now, that's something we gotta kind of brainstorm. So
I was shocked when y'all helped me out. I was shocked that they had somebody bring my bike down. I was shocked by that. I thought I was gonna have to go back up and get it. So I mean, it's pretty. But it sounds like sometimes we may be leaving bikes places.
Yeah, I don't know. At first, I was like, I think there's a way to lock those or whatever. And now I hear it's more integrated or with batteries and things. So I'm not a specialist.
So imagine if you could at least take the battery so it doesn't make.
Got me.
Okay, that's good. It's a good problem for us to think about, Scott. By the way, thank you for all these rescues. Thanks to your crew. Thanks for representing.
I won't lie, it's been a challenging spring for the team. We've had some pretty devastating calls.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
What about Mill Creek? I think we did one.
Are there
I've done
signs
so many,
at the trail?
Remember.
I mean, I'm sure there are signs at the trailhead. I haven't been there in a while, but specifically noting that we are at historically low water levels and there's probably no water to jump into.
If somebody sent me kind of like the e-bike sheet,
Yeah.
right? Somebody sent me the information or something, maybe more excited to approve it.
I've talked to Jen about putting a sign there. What I'd like to put is just a picture of an open fracture of the ankle. Words, people don't read words. They, and I think the other thing, if you're not, I know you're thinking it's a low water year, but the projections is that there's going to be more typhoons in the Pacific, which is going to lead us to we're going to be more susceptible for monsoon activity later this summer. And if we recall, we've had a few of those 100-year events in the last 5 years. And we're definitely preparing to deal with that. So the other, in addition to the open fracture sign, I'd love to see like a photo of the power dam, just like in its glory of flash flooding, because I think those images, they like attract more attention than having, words, that I have to absorb. I don't know.
It isn't like a couple inches more water is actually going to make cliff jumping safe.
Well, they're touching the ground and still jumping. That's what they've been reporting to us. And I swear to goodness, we've been asking them to keep all feet on the ground, but one person doesn't fail to it. And like we had in 1 hour, like three groups of 20 young men going it. So
Can we just check that then?
It's everyone.
Sounds like a rattlesnake demographic.
Listen, we're keeping this hospital busy, okay? Let's not. Awesome. Any questions for search and rescue? Thanks so much, Scott, for being here. Appreciate you. Jonathan couldn't make it here. He said he didn't have any info from the health department. Matt, Sand Flats. And why don't you just do the both? We'll do Sand Flats and running. Yeah.
Big news is, I think last time we all met, I pointed that way at the Steen's family's property. They postponed changing that to all commercial now. So they want to rezone 235 acres that connects into the Slip Rock Trail and to Hell's Revenge, and it's that little ridge right behind. So they pulled their application already. They postponed it. I don't know, Jock, the other thing.
Yeah, I just think postponed it.
Yeah, so.
Didn't they do that before?
Yes.
Yes, so this is the second round. Last year they did this and getting under the condition.
So are they going to try to push it through even faster when they resubmit it?
Good questions.
Thanks for everyone sending notes. It sounds like there's quite a few received, not just from folks here. It was quite a few letters received from what I've heard to the commission. So whether you liked it or not, appreciate all of you sending your thoughts on it.
The next one is Sands Flats was busy, you guys. We're 9% in April over last year, so 9% more visitations. So yeah, it was definitely a busy April. And then something exciting, if you all get bored tonight, there's a brand new documentary video that Sands Flats helped produce. It's about Moab's old growth trees here, and it's our juniper trees. Some of them are 2,000 years old, and I highly recommend that you Google the old growth Moab old growth trees. You'll go to our Sands Flats website or on YouTube and watch that video. It's about 40 minutes long, and wow, I have a new appreciation for the juniper trees now in this area. It's pretty amazing. So definitely a good watch. Our staff up there is doing a lot more patrols, definitely on for raptor route and so forth. And then we do regular, runs on Hell's Revenge and things with the motorized. Dinosaur track site. It was on the Sun News about a week ago or so. There's 30 new tracks up there, the dinosaur tracks, which is great. But the problem is a lot of people are using this to find dinosaur tracks in this area. And from town, the closest place is up at Sands Flats on Hell's Revenge. They just want to walk out there, or they want to drive their regular vehicle out on Hell's Revenge. And it's just like, oh my gosh. So this is a plug for Maddie and Evan. I would love to see a trail from the Slick Rock parking lot going up to the adventure track, so people can go and park there and just walk it versus walking in on the Hell's Revenge trail with all that Jeep traffic and motorized traffic. So to me, that would be, I think, huge, because we're getting more and more people who want to drive their regular vehicle up on Hell's Revenge. It's like, oh, what are you doing? So you know, it's great that we found more tracks, but it also too found some other. And then the fun topic, poop. So definitely out on Hell's Gate, part of Hell's Revenge. Me and another colleague, we picked up 4 buckets of just toilet paper, gross stuff, all around the Hell's Gate area, where everyone can watch all these people from up Hell's Gate. And yeah, that's definitely, I don't know, do we put wag bags there, lots of wag bags, and say, please use these? I don't know. It's yeah, I know. It's been getting worse and worse and worse. You know, toilet paper everywhere out there. It's like, especially the number one spot is Hell's Gate. That spot where the all stuff is.
Is it possible to put signs out there like this one that I just received about pooping?
Did create.
Yeah, something like that.
Did put this into like the dive bombs and maybe such dive bombs.
Yeah, we do. I think we saw some. Yeah. And that'd be great, right there, wherever you watch. On both sides, as you go up Hell's Gate, the hard part, it's both sides of people are watching, and on both sides of the trail. If you just go into those drill pictures there, it's like, whoa, it's really bad. And all the toilet paper. It's overwhelming.
And the Friends of Indian Creek did give us their old wag bag dispensers. So
I don't know, it might be a good spot to
and
test
some
out.
you,
Yeah.
our team is out there. Well, you're out there, we're out there. We might have some stuff.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, like how you have group stations, have a thing for there, and have sort of thing for wag bags.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing we do for our spill kits, we put in an extra tissue bag that says pack out your toilet paper. Not saying that's a thing to do, but if there's maybe a way to dispense that with it.
That was at the trailhead.
Yeah, really, that's the size of. Turn back down, yeah.
Scott says pictures say 1,000 words, so I don't know if you want.
I mean, that's kind of a party zone out there at certain weekends.
It
gets
is.
really rowdy.
You
so.
can get, I've counted over 60 friends up there one time just to watch. It does give us.
And they drink a lot, so.
That's
always
a good drive. That's a.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay.
Where an off-road trail intersects with the people change the thing in your route. And it's like a turnout.
Yeah.
And every time I was guiding there, I went behind a tree for tree. It was just shit.
Report a poo.
Report a poo. That's what Jonathan would say. Get on the poop app. I sent you a link for it. I'll send it out again if you guys want. Yeah. Anything else, Matt, with Sand Flats?
If you use that, we're developing what our next phase of developing the waste initiative is. It would help if, even though it's hard to use it, it can help guide our next project. So use it, and then we'll work, fix it. Survey 1, 2, 3. Report a coup.
Yeah. I can send it out again. I got the link for it. I wonder what my search history is like turning into with this stuff. Anything else, Matt?
That's it for Sands Flats.
Okay. Running?
done 9 out of the 21 running events so far this year, with a total of 4,111 finishers.
Cool.
We're on track to break last year's record. Second one is the Moab Run Club. It started a couple of years ago. It's definitely getting busier. It's every Tuesday evening at the high school track, and then every Saturday is a group run. We went from like 8 to 10 people. Now we're getting 30 to 40 people showing up at this run club, which is awesome. And a lot of people from out of town are visiting. They come over for a run with each city and that. So the run club is.
How do you advertise it that out of town people would know?
It's Facebook. You don't know. Yeah.
I try to stay away from runners, so especially you.
And then, then with running events, the big one that's I mentioned last time is vacation running events. Vacation races. Sorry, yeah, they're hosting an event here finally in Moab, a 3-day running event called the Moab Trail Fest. It's a 3-day event at the end of September 17th. We'll start. And they bring people from all around the world to come here to run on. So, and that's
Go run on vacation. Okay. My wife loves running, by the way. I always, whenever I'm running or even hiking fast, I just think of like, it's really great and beautiful, and I'm glad you're getting out, but it would be a lot funner to ride a bike on. That's what I think about. So, but everybody's got the, it's just great. Okay. My report out is to just get people outside. Get people outside. You all get outside, which is great, which is why you're here, which is amazing. Continue getting outside. But the next piece is get other people outside. People are going to be less grumpy. We're going to get along a lot better if we get outside. And so that's my encouragement to do that. And then the second piece is just like you all did with this Sandflats potential ordinance change to be able to have business there. Just be vocal. Send a note whether you support something or don't. Don't just talk about it. Don't just complain about it. When people are talking to me and complaining about something, I just ask, what have you done? Who have you written? Who have you talked to? So just be vocal. Whichever way you stand on anything, that's how these things work. That's it. That's my report. Samantha.
We're at Hazard. We've been there for a few weeks earlier than we usually are. But otherwise, I don't have anything that I can think of.
Okay. Lucas, I'm really sorry. I still had Kathy's name on our agenda, so I'm really sorry. You're not Kathy, I know, but we really appreciate you being our secretary. You've done an awesome job with notes, so thank you. What do you have for us, Lucas?
I was thinking, I had a question for Trevor. Like Mud Springs, right in like in St. George and stuff, they have like spots with benches, sit down, enjoy the sunset. And I was out riding in Mud Springs, and like right at that, right before you drop off the hill on what is it, Geyer Counter or whatever, be a really cool spot for like a bench like down the rim. So I don't know. That's like an option. Just the bench needs to be donated, or we have to get it approved for BLM, or what?
Yeah, what is that process? So to put a bench in, Katie, would we need or Maddie, would we need something special? No.
It's on the side of a trail, like at a viewpoint or something.
I don't think it needs a. I mean, BLM we don't do that many benches, maybe it's old people everywhere. But we do have one out of our.
Yeah. So if one was donated, like if we got someone to donate it, we potentially could install it. That's a good idea. I don't know. Especially because you've probably seen lots of families are riding out there, which is really fun.
And those little kiddos are pretty tired at the top of that hill.
It's just that lap before you drop off that last hill, American Hunter's really cool. Well, see all the way down the valley and stuff. Yeah.
It's a great idea, Secretary Lucas.
Well, that's why I was wondering if, it's just donations, since it's already clear by 25 feet each side of the trail, it's on the trail on the side out.
Yeah, the surveys and all.
Cool.
So like give us a little spot proposal and then some donations. mentions, you know, like road benches popping up everywhere.
Broke benches. That's a great idea, Lucas.
Oh yeah, it's right up Red Canyon, and they had like big old slab rocks like everywhere on that paved trail, like down in Bright Rice or whatever. So.
Cool. Cool. Good idea. Anything else? Okay. Thank you, Lucas, for what you're doing. Glover, what do you got for us from the biking community? You guys have done some cool things recently. You build the biking community. I feel like every week there's some kind of a bike activity or race or something. So it's been awesome.
Bunch of auto maps. Yeah, just out of them and funding to get made. Which have been, I think, really helpful in running some search and rescue things, and it's been a good resource for throwing out ideas of how to fund that. Or Maddie's got an update.
Had an update and Scott yesterday. Talked to Kirsten, and we originally MTA, I guess they still do have a lunch lot map. 2 years ago, there was sort of a fresh initiative to provide like as many maps as possible to the public to advocate for, you know, right, advertise the new Raptor route, and also just trying to improve the specific issue of people trying to exit off of the Decline Rim after the last exit, so that they would just end up like with whatever problem they had originally and also lost. And that was an issue for search and rescue. It sounds like everyone's sort of okay with it joining the fleet of maps for an MTA, and that will just kind of streamline it. And then, as mentioned, that was previously funded out of our responsible recreation budget. We did budget for it this year, so it would be nice that it's sort of self-sustaining cost. So it seemed like MTA was the preferred option before like working with the travel council.
So in that case, just if it wasn't clear, we would then charge for the maps.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
The town race series race tonight was canceled due to low sign-up numbers.
Oh, bummer.
Thought to get them to sign up for it. Just be happy to get those.
I raced that one last year. It's just too scary.
That was one of the questions they asked. 95 degrees is also. They have, I think also just to have, having it be on the same night every time is hard, because then you can only get people that can do those.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Friday, like all three.
This is just what I'm learning from working down, is it seems as though some of the advanced trails are just not the appetite of the community right now. And I think we saw that with Come Down last year, and we're seeing it with the series too. So it's kind of like,
I think like the Navajo rock teams that attended as well. I think it's just, I think people in Moab don't like to sign up for things.
no, they don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Thank you, Glover. Appreciate you. Faith.
Nothing too important to report. I've been super busy guiding a lot of climbing. There's been some fun climbing in media lately. I did a job with Sasha DeJulian. She's a professional climber. She did a Jeep commercial out here, and then she did like a Netflix promo for this new Charlize Theron movie called Apex, where she's a climber being chased by bats in the jungle.
Great.
It sounds really interesting. But yeah, basically it was pretty cool actually. Sasha, I was belaying her on the tombstone, and the idea was that she was climbing and then sitting on a four ledge and then projecting the movie onto the cliff.
Wow.
Pretty wild.
Wow.
So they literally had like a portal ledge and a projector. Cool. I wasn't there for the movie part. I played in the sun for 6 hours and then left. And then what else? There's also a new documentary about Team Potter. Some of you might have heard of him. He was a pretty famous climber and highliner who lived off in Moab. And there's a bunch of shots of Moab and the very secretive Mill Creek. That's in the mountains. Luckily, they don't geotag anything, but there's a lot of shots of them up there. So yeah, kind of a lot of like Moab promo going on right now.
What was the film called, or just the name?
It's called it's on HBO, full art series. Yeah, about him and like sort of his mental health struggles, but also just like his sort of iconic contributions to the sport. It's really good, even if you're not a climber. I recommend it.
Cool.
Also not super interesting. Other than that, someone just reached out to me about whether or not there's going to be some work on the trail at Takeout Beach, the top of the scramble for the road increase fast. So they just asked me if there's any movement on that, and I said I have nagged, and all I can do is nag. So
This is to do an EA designated trail.
yeah,
I don't think they're designated, but I will check.
okay, thank you. Yeah,
I got a text from Lucas.
that's
From
it.
BLM. Yeah, no, but he talked to Aaron. Texted me, so it's all very,
Yeah.
but the summer is when they thought maybe the EA would be
Cool. Yeah, I told them if there was an EA was potentially in front.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Cool.
Yeah, and if that's I mean, I remember we were out there just a month ago and there was some big boulders that were getting pretty sketchy at the top. If that's like currently a safety hazard.
It's not a safety hazard yet. The boulders aren't moving. It's more just that the sand pack around it is getting thinner. So there's less of a flat surface to step on. So it's more like slip potential.
So steps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot that needs to happen up there. There's not a lot of material in like the areas that we need it. But basically, yeah, there's a bunch of big rocks supported by soil. Soil is going away, and then you have a situation where the trails below, the big rocks are being stabilized. And it's like a rotating feature. Stabilize, switch back.
Anything else? Okay, thanks so much for being here. There was a request to do another climbing work Wednesday. Used to be the Monday, but work Wednesday. So maybe you can chat with your team because a bunch of them came out for last time. I know it's busy for you right now, but I don't know when it would be. Maybe not, but maybe a fall or a late fall, November, something like that. Maybe just chat with them. We'd love to have you all involved again and do a work Wednesday involving a climbing area. Cool. Great. Okay, in person, Stephen, equestrians, so excited.
I got 5 or 6 different groups. You know, Marty's out, taking a vacation for being retired. So we got tons of feedback, positive feedback on social media after the spring spruce event. There was a lot of criticism of, I'd love to help next year. That was really good. For us, I think it was about 300 hits, which is pretty good. Marty, Andy, and the trail crew, as Katie mentioned, have been out in that area there between Professor Creek and Onion Creek, 3 Mark Williams trails. A lot of those trails were established in the 90s and the early 2000s. They were marked with they've been washed out after firewood or sand. Getting the remarked is a big deal. They're slowly picking their way at it. It's quite a large network putting arrows up. They've been slow down for either the summer. We're back into Portsmouth having weekly trail runs, just some of our more popular areas, just kind of, get everybody out and leave a couple horse samples out there to let the other recreationists know we're still out there. Last month we had our spring endurance ride that's out of Canyon Lands out here by Hatch Wells. It went really well, actually, for as windy as it was. We had about double the participation that we normally do. It's a 3-day camp ride in that general area around Cache Point with 3 50-mile loops for the foot.
Wow.
This Sunday we have a cow sorting clinic.
Cow sorting?
Yeah, so
For the cows?
for me, sorting cows on a horse is probably some of the most fun anybody can have fully dressed. It's the amount of skill with the horse and 2 weeks now. So if you're interested in that, you can kind of hit us up on the Facebook. If you're in November 17th. And last of all, our new president of the Backcountry Horsemen is concentrating on projects in San Juan County. Doesn't really involve this group, but Cynthia, Grand Juan County. But anyway, we're working as a partnership on the San Juan River Trail outside of Planton. So
Cool. Well, how I've only ridden a horse really uncomfortably for maybe like 5 miles, and I couldn't. When they do these endurance rides, like what's the longest you've ridden a horse? Like how many miles?
well, they do say there's LD, limited distance, and regular endurance circuit, nationally sanctioned deal. So they come out every day and they have a 50-mile loop in the LD, limited distance is 25 miles. And halfway they have a vet check. So they're gonna make sure that the horses aren't being abused or run too far.
Wow.
They fall and run cut. The interesting thing about we staff the finish line. And the game here is not to race over that finish line be first, because your downtime, your finish time only happens when your horse's heart rate is under 60 beats per minute. So you can have this guy racing on this hot Arabian and the horse is dancing at 100 beats per minute. And somebody comes walking in, total rabbit hare scenario here, and they time in before the other guy does. So it's really a challenge against your horse's endurance and your ability to regulate that.
Interesting.
People have a pulse rate monitor right on their saddle and watch. People go all over the Western America to do these things, and it's a big deal. You gain points and trophies and award. And the big payoff is if you have an endurance society or endurance ranch like you do out here in Spanish Valley, it makes those horses worth a lot more money to have these type of honors.
Cool.
So in the fall one, it's BLM Post 2. We have the spring one in Hatch Point, which is it's like the West used to be. I was at vet check, Steve, I think Steve, but it was really nice. And then we have one around Jug Rock in October, and they're gonna have 100 miles.
Wow. That's crazy.
So you better pump up.
I'm doing it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
And I'm gonna tell you, 70-year-old women doing that.
Yeah.
You know, coming in, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, my horse is a little slow. Kind of rocks. Pretty good, yeah.
That's great.
But I will say that what you said, there are people, I mean, I think people.
Bless you.
Stanks trained in Wyoming State Prison, and there are people from all over that come to do these.
That's so cool. That's great. Stephen, glad to have you here in person. Thank you. Glad that your health is that you can be here. Let's see. Kai was not able to be here. I don't think she has anything for us. Skiing, KP. it's a sad state, I guess, right? Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, how sad. Okay. Anything other than it's a sad state? I heard
Lots of people in our shuttle's been asking.
yeah. I think speaking of it,
Is there still snow on the road?
he said May 20th, Geyser Pass Road is closed until May 20th is what Brian had sent. I have no idea. He just said that. Well, everyone do some rain dancing. All right, Emily, before we lose you, but oh yeah, not too much rain. Emily, while we still have you, I know that you have probably spotted reception out there. What do you have to share with the crew?
Somehow I managed to stay with. It looks like there's a sidewalk going in right where the Mill Street. I think that's what's happening over there. Hopefully that's what's happening over there, and that's because a lot of people are on foot on that part.
A sidewalk going in? Where's the sidewalk?
Are you talking the west side of Mill Creek?
Yeah.
Across from near Bonita. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe Jacques? No. But it looks like
I've never seen
putting a sidewalk.
Never seen black cones before, but that's what's over there. So something's happening over there. Only other thing is in the Robin Groff Memorial Bike Park, some of those ramps are couple boards and people are using them and keep filling them with sticks. So we could get some. I was about to do it myself last weekend. Put some 2x4s in the open spot on some of the ramps. I think the kids would like it.
Yeah, I know Patrick and I have talked about that because we go past it and some kids ride it during bike bus. But I think definitely an area we could do some work. Yeah, the Robin Gruff Memorial Park, just a lot of sticks need to be cleaned up, trees, sand, just an area that would be good to. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. And some wood missing off the features. Okay. It will. It's gonna flood again. It's gonna flood again. Thank you, Emily, for being on. That's dedication, being out there. Appreciate it. Anything else for us?
That's all.
Okay, so glad you're here. And then Cody, what do you have for the whole crew? Again, thank you for keeping our streets and sidewalks and trails open and helping us. What do you have for the crew here?
No, I just wanted to follow up a little bit. I heard the comment earlier about it's in San Juan County, but they are doing some chipping on that new pavement area from kind of La Grande up to Horse Creek. I'm not sure how much of the scope of that is going to get chipped, but yeah, just for the road bikers and or some of the events that are coming in that come down that side of the mountain on bikes and that kind of thing, definitely maybe get the word out so they don't roll around a corner that's nice pavement and end up hitting some chips that are.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
I know the little bit I've been over there, there's been some of those skateboarders too, those like daredevil skateboarders rolling off that thing.
Land luge is what.
Yeah,
Dave
I don't
said.
know what it is, but they're cooking coming off there. So anyway, yeah, that's really the only update I have other than, you guys are doing an awesome job. I encourage you to get out there on the county road system and hit the trails, man.
Thank you so much. We're able to do it because of you. So thanks, Cody. And please thank your whole team for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing, if you guys ever find any deficits, cattle guards, anything like that, definitely bring it to my attention or give the office a call and relay that information. We'll continue to try to take care of that stuff. But it's you guys are definitely out there a lot more than we are, out on the back country. So appreciate you guys' time.
Awesome. Thank you, Cody. Appreciate you. All right. Colin was not able to be here today. Dave, we're the at-large member. Sorry, Dave.
Nothing major. Still meeting people who don't know about the climb or they're wanting to know the best route to climb the after route. So I've been sending them up the Falcon Climb and pacing bands. That way they're only on sand flats for a couple of sections. And the people I told, if you're in decent shape, 4-hour loop. And they're like, oh, cool. They took off. So
We never saw him again. Yeah, you saw him. Yeah, Scott saw him.
I think we should definitely be promoting a true climbing route for the whole Raptor route. And I'm sure it'll change if we get other trails in the future or whatever. But people are wanting to do it and seeing them come up the Sand Flats Road, those
Getting dusted.
and the parts that have the pavement there at the top and everything. That's pretty narrow. We get shells coming down. It's a little sketchy. I don't know. I mean, I would much rather be on Porcupine and Lace Man than Sand Flats. You barely see four-wheelers out there. So that's the only thing that I would want to see an improvement of there.
Okay.
Is it possible to update the map file before Norm actually printed with talking times and stuff like that?
Maddie's already on it. Great. Awesome. Thanks, Dave. Mark?
On the anonymous bike park front, we received some funding through the RAP tax grant program from the city for operations and storage shed.
Cool.
Tidy up some of the tools and stuff.
Awesome. Anything else? We'll see you in June. The Work Wednesday. That'll be awesome.
Mark, are there still thoughts or plans of like another jump line to the west? Yeah, there's definitely thoughts and plans, but no money. We need to bring a lot more fill in. So
fire funding. Moving dirt.
Okay.
We have equipment donations to, create the features and stuff. But dirt's cheap, moving it's expensive.
Anything else? Awesome. Thank you for being here, Mark. We're excited to help you all next month. Tim.
Yeah, really busy. Had a lot of time to ride, so I'm riding on my back door to Mud Springs. There's trails all over around Mud Springs. Really rough to get there, depending on.
Just don't get shot on your way there. Yeah.
There's some good okay trails. It's terrible. It's fun. It's a nice addition. You need area to even add to Mud Springs back to town.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done the same thing. I've explored lots of, I think almost all of them on the way there or back. There is.
On that, it's an endemic species, the Isley Milkvetch. It's real. They really love north of Mud Springs, that whole zone where all those roads are that you're riding. Tyson had created some routes as ideas, but we've kind of had to abandon it. Just there's so much of that fetch out there.
Great. Anything else? Okay. Did we make it in time? Hey, 12:58. High five the person next to you. We did it. Way to go. Meeting is adjourned.
There's more cake.
At 12:59. Way to go. That cake was so good.
Thank you.
That's how you manage me.
We got it done. Stop recording.
Call me clean 'em.